my name is Jael Solana, and today I will be doing the virtual classroom assignment for Chapter 7, talking about neighborhoods and community. So, the learning objectives, I'm going to be able to define neighborhood and community in psychological and sociological context, recognize how neighborhoods influence African American psychological well being, identify historical changes in African American communities over time, describe how history and public policy have shaped where African Americans live, and recognize effect community and neighborhoods interventions. I feel like a neighborhood can be defined as a physical area where people live, while a community is more about social connections, shared identity, and support systems. Psychological well being includes emotional health, sense of belonging, and overall mental stability. And so, when it comes to neighborhoods in a community, it's about being able to share a connection with people. It's about being able to relate to people and understand people. And this affects psychological well being because your emotions and your sense of health and belonging is important within a community. You have to be able to feel as though you do belong. And one important historical period is redlining in the 1930s to 1960s, where banks denied loans to black families in certain areas. And this limited where African Americans could live and prevented health building. Psychologically, this likely led to stress, frustration, and a reduced sense of opportunity. Another period is urban renewal in the 1950s to 1970s, where highways and development projects destroyed black neighborhoods. This displaced families and disrupted social networks, leading to loss, instability, and long-term trauma. Going in and not allowing loans are very important. Realistically, houses are expensive. And so when you're putting a down payment for the house and you're having those loans, it's helping you. Same as cars. Realistically, when you're at this age, the age we're at now, we want to drive, but we probably don't have $40,000, $30,000 to put down on a car, but we have enough to make those monthly payments or to pay back. And taking these opportunities away from black people within the community is very essential when it comes to home ownership, which set us back for years. And then urban renewal, tearing down neighborhoods that already exist for us to be in, and us having to find other neighborhoods to stay in, but then also knowing that, again, banks aren't allowing loans. So you having to leave a place where you were comfortable with and try to find another place and try to come up with the money to afford this home is very challenging. And so this displaces, again, families and disrupted social networks, leading to loss, instability, and long-term trauma. In Bronzeville, strong businesses, cultural pride, and social support likely improved psychological well-being. However, urban renewal and high-rise housing led to concentrated poverty, loss of community, and increased mental health challenges. Older generations may feel grief and loss from what was taken, while younger generations may experience normalized disadvantage or fewer opportunities. And this is another thing that we're so new in a generation, we deal with the disadvantaged state of it. We don't actually understand the grief and loss that those that came before us felt when these things were taken away from them, when their neighborhoods were being destroyed. We just understand that it affects where our parents or grandparents stay today. It affects where we stay, where we lay our head, where we go to school at. But we don't understand what was taken away from them and the changes that they had to make. So overall, this shows how policies and environments directly shape mental health, identity, and community stability across generations. And it is very big to understand and touch on the issue just about neighborhoods and communities and the history behind them. And that is so much deeper than just having a house or having somewhere to stay. This has impacted the black community for years. And there's reasons as to why you see certain neighborhoods and communities being associated with black individuals and certain neighborhood and communities being associated with white individuals. All of these play a role, and they go back into history and things we can look at. And so, yes, this is my discussion question on neighborhood and communities. Thank you.